John, thank you. Red tide continues to show up sporadically on some Suncoast beaches. You saw John's map there. And that it can be horrible news for some struggling businesses. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us from Lido Beach.
So many businesses here on the Suncoast have been impacted by red tide, but as snowbirds head back to the Suncoast for the season, many companies are hopeful that business will pick back up, although red tide is still around. Although there is no smell out here on Lido Beach, this sign says it's still present. The FWC says higher concentrations of red tide are impacting different beaches up and down the Suncoast, but not as much as it was a few months ago. But now that snowbirds are returning for the season, some businesses are worried about how red tide will impact their sales. We spoke to the owner of Sarasota Paddleboarding Company on South Lido Beach. Bob McFarland says red tide hit his business pretty hard when the outbreak first started. But he says because red tide has been patchy over the past few months, business has been steady lately, and he is hopeful it will pick up even more as snowbirds arrive.
And we're looking forward to a good winter-spring season. I do check with some of the hotels too, so I mean, they're going to come, and the red tide is diminishing. And we can work with it at the stages that it is right now. When it did come to back up in August, we have a great summer season here. It hurt in August. Fortunately, September is not a busy month in town, so it hurt the restaurants, it hurt our business, it hurt the hotels, but it would be way worse, if it was March, April, or July, or some of the really the best times. We're looking forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas, which are really, the holidays, which are a really big push for us.
McFarland says he now recommends all his customers to call him ahead of time for water conditions before paying for a paddle ride. We also spoke to a property rental company to see whether they've received any cancellations from snowbirds. They told me they've only received one. Reporting at Lido Key Beach, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.